guys, welcome to the last day of the pig dissection. It is week 8, day 2. I want to review a few features of the pig, and as promised, I do have the actual length of the small intestine, small and large intestine. So I went ahead and I measured the small and large intestine, and the actual length in centimeters is 255 centimeters. The actual length in inches is 102 inches. So that is kind of long, and like I said, I probably could jump rope with it, but someone might find that not appealing. Okay, anyways, we're moving on here. So we started with looking at the external anatomy of the pig, and you guys were able to tell me the sex of it based off of its external features. This pig, once again, is a female pig. It has the two openings at the by the tail end, so it has the anus and then the urogenital opening where the urine is going to come out. It also has the genital papillae there as well, which is that protrusion. Whether it is male or female, it would have mammary papillae, which is also another word for basically nipples or teats, and it has the umbilical cord, which is in the center right here. So there's the umbilical cord. Okay, taking a look at the anterior end of the pig here, we talked about how it is pretty much a full-term pig, so it has lots of hair on it. It's pretty much developed at this point. I'm going to open up the mouth so you can see up close the mouth again. So here's the tongue. It has the hard palate up front and the soft palate as you go in the back, and you can definitely tell the difference between the hard and soft palate. We cut the jawbone so that you guys could see the epiglottis, which is that flappy thing. Okay, so there's the epiglottis right there, and remember that, oh sorry, can you see it there? That epiglottis is going to flap over the esophagus or the trachea, depending upon if there's air going in to go to the lungs or if there's food going in to go to the esophagus, which then goes down to the stomach. Just like if someone says like, oh, I'm choking, or like something went down the wrong pipe, that's kind of where that came from. The pig is an omnivore, so it has both flat teeth and pointy teeth, and I told you before, like, these teeth are very sharp. They could end up ripping my glove. So that is the mouth. So food is going to enter the mouth. It's going to go down the esophagus, which we did not expose the esophagus. I don't know if I can or not. I will take a look and see if I can. The esophagus is going to lie behind the trachea. There's kind of a lot going on here. Oh yeah. Here's the esophagus right here. I'm cutting the two apart right now. So the esophagus is right behind, and the esophagus has is basically like a muscular tube that's going to connect the mouth to the stomach, and it does this really cool thing where like it squeezes things down. I think it's called peristalsis, which is the muscular movement. So here we go. Here's the esophagus. So we have the trachea, so air comes in. Here's the vocal cords, and then here's the trachea. This tube right behind it, here's the esophagus. Okay? And then from the esophagus, this peristalsis, what it does is it's like a muscular tube. So here's your tube. It kind of like squeezes and contracts so that you can like squeeze the food, it squeezes it all the way down to the stomach. Food goes into the stomach, which here is the I guess I should move it here. So I had cut, here's the other part of the esophagus right here, and then it'll connect to the stomach, which is the top of the stomach is up here. So the food is going to go into the stomach. The stomach has those folds or those rugae on the inside to give it increased surface area, and inside the stomach is also hydrochloric acid and digestive enzymes. It's going to help start breaking down the food. So the muscular contractions, the hydrochloric acid, and sorry, I take that back. Digestive enzymes aren't really until they get to the small intestine. So there are three structures that are going to be working on those digestive enzymes. There's the liver, Okay, so food does not directly go through the liver at all, but it's going to produce bile. Bile is then going to be stored into the gallbladder. And then the gallbladder has all these different ducts or these tubes that it goes into back into the liver, but it also goes into the small intestine. So the bile is going to particularly break down fats. The pancreas, which the pancreas is like feathery like, and it has that weird texture. It's underneath the stomach. And I think part of it I ripped out. Yeah. Here we go. Here's pancreas. Here's part of it. Right. It's in here. The other part I ripped out when I took the small intestine out. So the pancreas is going to also secrete digestive enzymes, particularly insulin, which is going to help with that break down that sugar that's in blood. The spleen is also not part of the digestive system. It's more helping with cleaning blood and toxins out of blood and making sure that it works with the immune system. So once food goes from the stomach, it's going to go into the small intestine. The small intestine has all that mesentery. I cut all that mesentery apart. I actually cut pieces of it out because it was like kept it all coiled together. And that mesentery has microscopic blood vessels that's going to basically like suck the nutrients out of the food and transport it all throughout the rest of the body. Anything that's kind of left over is going to go into the large intestine. The large intestine is going to absorb water, and then anything that's not needed is going to be going into the rectum. From the rectum, it is going to go out the anus, and kaput, it's done. Food is, at that point, eliminated. Some other things I did not point out here are the kidneys. So the pig also has kidneys. They are also in the lower back of the pig. So here are the kidneys. Kidneys are also going to filter blood, just like we had said in the frog. The worm does not have kidneys. The worm has nephridium. If you remember, that was one of your words of the day. And they are located in pairs along the worm. And that is how the worm is going to get rid of liquid waste. So the kidneys, they attach to the ureter, and the ureter is then going to carry the urine out to the urogenital opening. So we talked about in the female, it is near the rear end, right below the anus. Okay, so here are the pig's kidneys. You can kind of get a better look at them here. Once again, they're along the back posterior wall. Okay. Let's see. Here's the rectum. You can see where I cut the large intestine right here. So I cut it right here. This is the rectum, and then that will lead to the anus. This here, okay, so here's female reproductive system. You can see the oviduct. Oviduct is also another name for like fallopian tubes. So here's one ovary, here's another ovary. Am I even on this? Yes. And the oviduct or fallopian tubes, which that is pretty cool. Huh, love it, gotta love it. Okay, we talked about the heart yesterday, so we talked about the heart. The main largest artery in your body is the aorta, right here, similar to ours as well. The heart has the brown atriums at the top and the ventricles at the bottom. If I were to cut this heart in half, you would see that the walls of the ventricle are way thicker than the atrium, because that is basically all the pumping. So like blood comes in on one side, goes down to the one ventricle, and it's pumped out. Okay, blood comes in the other atrium, it goes down to the ventricle, and it's pumped out to the rest of the body. Depending upon which side, it either goes to the body or it goes to the lungs to get reoxygenated. I think that is it, guys. We talked about the lungs. There are 5 lobes to the lungs. No, I'm sorry, 9 lobes, right? Shoot, I don't remember, because I think it's 5 in human and 9 in the pig. Let me double check my notes here. Sorry guys, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Okay, let me look. The lung. In humans, the right lung has 3, the left has 2, and so the human has 5, and the pig has 4 and and 3. So 7. Okay, so the pig has 7 lobes. That we only have 5 lobes. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple close-ups just so you can see it one more time. Here, okay, here is the larynx. This is also the voice box where your vocal cords are. Here is the trachea. Behind it is the esophagus. Okay, that would then go down. Well, we have some organs missing. Our stomach is kind of like that bag. Okay, right in here. Our 2 kidneys, our lungs, our spleen. Here's our spleen. Okay guys, I think that's it. I do want to give you a close-up so you can see the ovaries and the fallopian tubes or oviduct, which are right here. Here's one ovary and the oviduct, and then here's the other one right here in the oviduct. And you can see there, see this connection right here? So it's like, never mind. I'm getting stuff in the way. Okay, anyways, okay guys, that is the complete pig dissection. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Have a wonderful rest of your day.